been such a gluttonous idler.
What is it that you so enjoy about death?
Well,
Potent heat.
I'm drenched.
I've got my eye on
To your health.
this bed's better be stronger than the last.
Heave that sack of rock
Whiskey,
in time.
not grumbling.
Drink your goodness. Is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do. Have had the pleasure of making his acquaintance. Careful. He was only just released from the hangman's cells. He is dangerous, yes, and quite mad. One of my boys, in love with one of Jarl's. Perhaps the All-Mother ought to investigate this matter personally. Nothing sets an orc on the straight and narrow like the humble ear of his sovereign and sworn mistress, after all. To your health.
Make it quick, Mountain Ape. She is the sun.
Not grumbling, this. I've got my eye on you.
I need to dry off.
We're waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Baking like a cake. I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
You there, boy. Can it be true? You claim to love this human scum?
Love? No, old mother. I only have eyes for you. Of course.
Do not lie to your all-mother, boy, or she'll use your esophagus for a leg warmer.
Old mother, it's just... I didn't mean to. I couldn't help it.
So you admit to this affair?
Yes, old mother.
There, we have the truth. Very good, Ulf. As for this transgression, I trust that in the last several moments you've realized your terrible error. Have you not?
Yes, old mother. Terrible errors, never to be repeated.
And I suppose I can trust you never to so much as glance at this worm-fleshed fool again?
Yes, old mother, of course. You see, I've been...
As I thought. There now. Oh, Lord. Calm yourself. The All-Mother cannot tolerate such blubbering from one of her boys.
Excuse me. I'm just overcome with your kindness. Thank you, old mother. Thank you.
Disgusting, traitorous filth.
I need to dry off.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway, human? Fire battery, it guaranteed to finish dead after one of them.
them a call, lad. Now for the plot. Even intermittently behind a word.
Potent heat.
Finally. Bloody spare. And again.
Let's get the ball rolling here. 5 coins.
Going to call that,
What do you call it?
What is it that you so enjoy about death?
Some say death.
Not even the old man I can pass this steel in a single blow.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
You beat
I'm
me.
overheating here.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Come, let's have another round before I get too drunk to read the cards.
Warm as dragon's breath.
For more, are ya? Can't say I blame ya. None of dare cross a tenebrium sword.
Toasty!
Loud and bloody well clear, sir. 2 cards for everything.
It's heating up.
May your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter. The Bloodstones are the reason we came here in the first place. The conduit has both the Brotherhood and the Orcs. Last night, though, the Orcs stole the stuff. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an Orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the Orcs without risking... Aye! An Orc so vile it has taken rats for pets. They swarm about him like fleas do the rest of his kind, but even they eye him with disgust. Nevertheless, it's my belief that unlike the other males among the Orcs, he's no fool. He's a spy, a discoverer of secrets. Right now he's looking for the lost wizard servants, and gods protect them if he finds them.
Oh, I wish they
We would merely kill him. That rat lover, on the other hand. Where we go, death is the horror that looms behind us. Where he goes, death is a mercy always out of reach. Gratilda is worshipped like a goddess by her troops, and she rules like a deity too. All-knowing, all-powerful and merciless. She's smart and ruthless, truly an opponent to be feared. Exactly the kind of opponent I like. The Conduit was wise to go to the Orcs with promises of allegiance, for they are a force that few in Rivellon can withstand. But she also knows that the pact cannot last. She's well aware the Orcs will eventually go their own way, be they sworn immaculate or not. She needn't fear them, of course. The Conduit is constructing an army of warriors even the Orcs behold with dread. But it is we brothers of the mountains that may have to bear the brunt of their onslaught when things go sour. Gratilda knows the pact was never meant to last. She understands she's being used as a battering ram, as a tool to breach the gates and clear the path to triumph, only to be discarded by its operators when the true prize is in sight. She knows, and she's plotting her revenge. I can see it in those feral eyes of hers. She's surrounded by her elite. She whispers poisonous orders in the ears of her vile rat herder. No, it's no coincidence all her bloodstones have gone missing. By the hammer of Fjord Alkmount, I just know she's planning a nightmare. For her dreams are our tethers to suffer.
You beat me.
With the spine breaker at her side, it's a terrible nightmare she's concocted. Gratilda's hulking, horrible dog, built like a brick house and with a mind as black as pitch. There's no indignity he wouldn't inflict on any man, woman, or child his mistress marked. Gratilda stores him above the tavern and sends him playthings one at a time. A sentence worse than death. The Orcs? No, I respect their warlike nature, for it's like ours. I respect their lust for slaughter, for we share it with them. I respect their loyalty to their leader, for I am likewise respected by my brothers. But when push comes to shove, I'd flay them all, wear their skins, and never rest until the very last one of them lay at my feet with my broadaxe nestling in its belly. Why, you may ask? Why hate them when you and them are so alike? I hate them because we are alike. I hate them because I know ours is a hate they reciprocate with blazing fury. Like two dragons are we that must share a single lair. Can't be done. Sooner or later, talons will rise and fire burst forth until one is victorious and the other. So it is with the Sworn of Tanneroth. And
I don't want drag. You'll not get a peek at these prisoners without Jarl's permission. What's going on in there ain't for the faint of heart anyway. What are you up to, sneaking around here? Got a soft spot for those damned to the rack, do you? Well, unless you've orders from Jarl himself, scram! Or you'll be next in line. Want to get your hands on the flare knives, do you? You'll have to see Jarl about that. The way I figure it, he'll be happy to have a reason to change the guard down there. We'll never find out where those villagers... The son of the mountain, man.
Cheers. Though I wish they were other
Right. You'll not get a peek. What are you up to, sneaking around here? Want to get your hands on...
Seven's my lucky number, so 7 it is.
may your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter. The blood stop both the Brotherhood and last night, though, the Orcs. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an Orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the Orcs without risking the wrath of the Conduit. Shall not. The deal is this. When we attacked Hunter's Edge, we and the Orcs had the village completely surrounded to ensure no one could escape. The plan was a good one, for only some blacksmith and his wife managed to flee after their little demon of a pet bit an Orc's arm off. The wizard and his servants eluded us, but we know that the servants at least are still hiding somewhere around town. We need to find those damn people so they can tell us how to gain entry to the wizard's house. My men have been searching the village non-stop, and the Orcs have put their rat herder on the job. But we also have some surviving villagers holed up down in the cellar. An Orc torturer, courtesy of Grutilda, has been trying to find out where the servants are hiding, but has no finesse whatsoever, and almost instantly kills his victims. We've offered to do it for him, but Grutilda remains adamant he's the best of the best. Maybe you'd have better luck, though, if you're up for a spot of torture.
Sir, can I...
Just the one coin for
You
me.
cannot.
You the one Jarl sent in to replace the ham-fisted Toadskin downstairs? About bloody time. The beast down there goes through prisoners like Gilda Godsword goes through suitors. You the one Jarl sent in to replace the ham-fisted Toadskin downstairs? About bloody time. You the one Jarl sent in to replace the ham-fisted... Jarl gave you the all clear to try your hand, did he? All the better. That big brute downstairs hasn't the faintest idea what he's doing. Clubs witness after witness over the head, smashing him to bits before we can get so much as a word out of him.
Are you gonna get out, are you? You won't look so shiny-eyed when that... Here to take over for those half-wits, are you? Thank the goddess's gilded garter. Now we'll get some progress underway. My assignment? Well, we guards are Jarl's eyes and ears, see? We keep watch over these prisoners, sure, but we listen in on the goings-on inside the torturer's chambers, too. Never know what them greenskins could be withholding. Not to mention the way they keep the armory under lock and key. Like we was working for them, you know? Yeah, standard fare. Frightened, good-for-nothing weaklings if I ever saw them. There's 2 in lock-up now, with a 3rd getting the treatment on the torturer's rack. I say, if we don't find out something useful soon, all this trouble will have been for naught. Grutilda keeps it locked tighter than a chastity belt, she does. I sometimes wish Chief hadn't granted so many of her bleeding demands. But I suppose he thought it better to keep the peace. One of her soldiers has got the key to the place. Myself, I've never seen the inside. Wouldn't surprise me a bit to hear the Orcs are keeping the best of the spoils to themselves. Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. Get back in there. Kill me now.
What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
Shut your mouth, I'll shut it for you. Get back in
This
there.
place reeks of blood and worse.
Ah, law cannot work in these conditions. Smash is art. Law need peace. Law only halfway through creative process. Law won't stop now.
Of course, Law, of course. Though I do wonder what this pigskin thinks he can do better than you or I.
Human bleed better than us. Human squish flats better than us.
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
Shut tight. All is right.
Ah! Human silly chatter upset Law's craft. Law need break to regain his spirit. Law cannot smash and bash in this environment. I wonder if humans smash and bash like Law.
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk. Kill me now, then. Go on, do it. A fresh pair of hands, are you? Please, you must kill me now. I will withstand anything, anything, and would rather die 1,000 deaths than offer a word to the enemy. I'll never say a word. But there's something different about you. You don't look like the savages that ransacked our town. In fact, you're like the wizard, aren't you? A being of great power. And certainly not one of darkness. Yes, you're here to help us, aren't you? Praise be!
What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
Get him to stop shouting or he'll blow our cover. Perhaps once he knows our true identity, he'll be willing to help us.
What's going on in there? It sounds awful.
Are you gonna get out?
If he's done making a ruckus, perhaps he'll be willing to help us.
There's a tunnel in this cellar, known to most only through legend. Explore the back wall of the farthest room in this dank place and you'll find it. And if you can help me find freedom through the tunnel, I'd be willing... Well, I'd tell you how to find the wizard's servants. You've proven yourself no friend to the beasts who destroyed our town. Perhaps you can help those in hiding as you've helped me. Speaking of the others, have you spoken to the other prisoners locked in this terrible place? We mustn't leave them here to be discovered by a second wave of brutes. What's that? They're coming. They've heard us. They're coming. This chaos.
What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to
What's
do
going
this?
on in there? It sounds awful.
Maimed and mutilated. This, not you lot again. Both and hissy, was it?
Eternal silence awaits you.
This savages. Back for more blood, are you? This savages. Back for more blood, are you? This not you lot again.
Isn't
Oath
there a
and
tidier
kissy, was
way
it?
to do this?
This savages. Back to blood on.
I strike with full force of my convictions. How could that
This
happen?
not you lot again. Oath and kissy, was it? This not you lot again. Oath and kissy, was it?
Death is its own deliverance!
What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
Striking it rich!
Free! You made short work of those monsters. If not for you, I'd likely have been trampled flat or crushed to pulp. I owe you my very life. If you can prove your goodwill, that is, if you can help me escape this terrible place once and for all, I'd tell you all. Perhaps if you can help me, you'll be able to help them too.
Isn't there a tidier way to do
The
this?
tunnel out is here somewhere, in the farthest room if my sight serves. But until those guards are dealt with, escape is utterly impossible. Free! I'm free! Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages.
My life force seeps from me!
I cannot thank you enough for dispatching those brutes. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching those brutes.
Valiant dash!
Free! I'm free! Hail, my heroes!
Lacerate!
Those hateful savages.
Seven, have mercy on your soul.
Free! I'm free! Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages. Free! I'm free!
Our Saviour! I know not why you take pity on us, but I thank you for your kindness. But wait! We can't take a step toward freedom without Nolan. Have you seen him? They took him away quite some time ago, and we've been hearing terrible sounds. He lives! Oh, by the blessed Seven, we thank you! The terrible ordeal he must have gone through. But it's over now, isn't it? It's over now that the gods have sent a hero to save us. Before we were overrun by orcs, this prison was little used among we of Hunter's Edge. Still, there were always rumors that its cells couldn't hold captives for long. Some said they were swallowed up by a demon.
Savages.
Hello again, stranger. Before we were overrun by orcs, this prison was little used among we of Hunter's Edge. Still, there were always rumours that its cells couldn't hold captives for long.
I cannot thank you enough for this tragic.
My true skills lead to your false steps. What's this, if you can?
I strike with the full force of my convictions.
You made short work of those monsters. If not for you, I'd like... The tunnel out is here somewhere, in the farthest room, if my sight serves. Fortunately, you'll be able to move freely now that you've dispatched those guards. Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching those brutes. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching those brutes.
Your head will spin faster than my blade.
Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching those brutes.
Hello again, stranger. Before we were overrun by orcs, this prison was little used among we of Hunter's Edge. Still, there were always rumors that its cells couldn't hold captives for long. Some said they were swallowed up by a demon.
Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages.
What on earth? A tunnel? It must have been uncovered by prisoners long ago.
Who knows how many doomed it led to freedom?
Free! I'm free! You made short work of those monsters. Please, you must help the others escape first. Hail, my heroes.
Hello again, stranger. You've cleared the way? Our hero rises to every challenge. Bless you, bless you.
Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages. You made short work of those monsters. It's too good to be true. You found the tunnel then, and the other prisoners are already free? Well, let us be on our way. Quickly, before the beasts upstairs send reinforcements. All set. My hero, you've outdone yourself. Let us be on our way then. What news? With pleasure, my savior. The wizard prepared a special hiding place for them. A cellar outside their home, concealed by a massive black boulder. First, though, you'll need a key. This you'll find within one of the wizard's beehives. Destroy the boulder, unlock the cellar door, and you'll find yourself face to face with those you seek. And now freedom. Freedom and sunlight. Freedom and fresh air. I'll never forget this kindness you've granted me, my friend. Not on my life. I bid thee the best of luck.
It seems we weren't the only prisoners to find passage in this tunnel, but it seems our predecessors didn't have a hero to guide them. Ah, it's like the sun after a long and frigid winter. We've lost so many in these terribly dark days. But you've even rescued our dear Nolan. Words cannot express our gratitude. But perhaps something I overheard could be some compensation for your troubles. One of the orcish brutes mentioned that Grutelda is collecting quite the stash of loot. You can find the entrance to the cellar from her office in the tavern. Here, I'll show you. Thank you, our hero. Thank you and goodbye.
It never rains, but it pours, eh? This boulder looks strange. Unreal, even.
Who are you? Stay away from my family. They know nothing of the wizard. Take me. A source hunter? Lodian, the gods have answered our prayers. I can think of no more welcome deliverer from this predicament than one of your esteemed order. Seven bless us, and you too. Aye, we three laboured under Zandalor's employ. He was right decent to us, and it's thanks to him we managed to escape the brutes upstairs. Zandalor prepared this hidden place long ago. It's almost as though he knew, somehow, that this day would come. Or perhaps he knew only that the forces of evil would always pursue those of goodness and light. Many years ago he told us that if ever we found ourselves in danger, we should flee to this cellar. Shut fast its door, he said, and mark the jam with a chalk pentangle. This will call forth the magic I have assigned for your protection. It seems our friend was true to his word. Zandalor is a brilliant man, even among wizards. Why he chose to settle in this sleepy little town, I can't say. But then again, he never did remain for long. Always dashing off to attend to some matter or other, our wizard. We cared for his home while he was away, and attended to him when he was in. We were quite fond of him, and I do believe he was rather fond of us too. It seems that when we triggered this cellar's defences, he knew straight away. Within a minute or so, a strange orb of light appeared before us. It grew sharper and sharper about the edges. I held out my hands to grasp it, and it fell, heavy as a pearl, in my hands. From the orb came Zandalor's voice, clear and strong, as though he were standing just before me. His voice was hurried, strained in a way I'd never heard before. Something unthinkable. That he was travelling through the Phantom Forest, that heart of horrors, and into the ancient Source Temple that rests within its cursed depths. He told us to wait for the White Witch, asked us to deliver a message, something important by the sound of it. We wrote it down, word for word, and will pass it along whenever it is she comes. That ring! Hikara's blessing! Zandalor has the same. I'd recognize it anywhere. So the White Witch sent you, did she? I should have known she'd not sit idly by while the world turned topsy-turvy. Zandalor's message is as such. He's gone to the Source Temple in the Phantom Forest, and he wants her, or I suppose you, her messengers, to follow him there. In order to enter the forest, you'll need an amulet. He stored it in a small chest near his personal waypoint. Once you're inside the forest, you'll need to find the Forest Spirit. This spirit will give you the rune you need to enter the Source Temple. But first things first, if you want to get inside Zandalor's house, you'll need to use the portal in this very room. I've the crystal you need in order to activate it. Still, entering the house will be the least of your worries. Zandalor himself has called forth every manner of protection to discourage would-be intruders, and you will have to defeat them all in order to reach the bedroom. Now, the last thing he said doesn't make much sense to an outsider. Perhaps you or the witch will manage to make better sense of it. He said, and I quote, "She is coming. I only hope I can reach the temple first. If she finds the portal..." He didn't finish after that. I know little more than its name implies, but if a temple of Source does indeed rest within that blighted forest, a greater evil I cannot imagine. Many is the year since ghoul or beast has ventured out of the defiled sanctuary of those woods, yet still we of the village dare not enter. Legend says that to set a single foot into the Phantom Forest is to invite death's grasp. It's a legend none wish to test. As you may know, this town was founded as the last bulwark against the Source monstrosities that reside within that terrible place. After the fall of Brachus Rex, the defeated darkness retreated to those woods, and haunted they have remained ever since. Before you go, perhaps we might impose on you, well, a favor, you see. Source Hunter, we need a way out of this place. It's only a matter of time before the savages upstairs find us, and trying to leave through the village is as good as suicide. But Zandalore has his own means of travel, a waypoint shrine and his own chambers reserved for his personal use. If we could only get there, we'd be able to flee this place lickety-split. The only trouble is what I've already mentioned. The wizard's house is rigged from top to bottom. If you'll be disabling its defenses, we'll slip through without problem. Good luck, Source Hunter, and unimaginable thanks from me and mine.
Revelation. Must be something of some value. It doesn't seem to work here. It doesn't seem to work here.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? What a horn-loving dog you are! I won't hear such nonsense. No, indeed. An orc isn't really a dame in any case, is it? Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the... What a horn-loving... Treasure, treasure. I suppose if you're titillated by the brutalization of our beloved language, Nardi is the proper choice for you. Unfortunately, you've chosen wrong. Treasure, treasure of that carnivorous farmhand. I certainly think not. Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? That
It doesn't seem to work here.
I feel like I've been set in stone.
I feel like I've been set in stone. Shield me! I'm powerless to protect myself.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? I suppose if you...
It doesn't seem to work here. It doesn't seem to work here. doesn't seem to work here. It 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 doesn't seem to work here.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. What a
It doesn't seem to work here. It doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to work here. seem to work here. It doesn't seem to work here.
How very strange to see a friendly face in these dark times. Oh, that dear fellow. He had a great many friends, but he had been somewhat...
This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather.
I've got my eye on you. Yes, me. Don't talk to the small boy, brother. It only makes eating them all this present later. Even permanently behind a working scrap or two. Human haggis. Been too long, hasn't it, brother? Take your time with the old brother, brother. And it won't be much longer yet.
I could do with a cold drink.
Yes, right away, my good man. To your health.
Get about bleeding time, you leech.
Goodness. Is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do. The deer has certainly earned his moniker. Norok is my best boy, the pinnacle of orcish devotion. His child's mind and brick-hard arms make him the perfect soldier. Whatever I say, Norok will do, and with a gleeful smile upon his simple face all the while. It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I tire of dealing with you, I'll simply have you sent upstairs to the Spinebreaker. He knows just what to do with the toys Mummy Dearest sends him. The deer has certainly earned his moniker. Norok is my best boy, the pinnacle of orcish devotion. His child's mind and brick-hard arms make him the perfect soldier. It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I tire of dealing with you, I'll simply have you... But how very obvious! Who better than a cow to bring a frightened calf back into the herd? Surely...
Did you see that? I could have sworn that rat just winked at me. I've got my eye on you.
Ugh, I'm dripping.
Don't talk to small monkey brother. It only makes it even worse.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two.
You there! Cut it!
I prefer to drown myself.
Yes.
What is it?
Look, you wanna get a club? That's enough!
May the 13 winds pulverize you. Battering ram!
Pathetic!
We're waiting for the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Not so fast.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two.
What is it that you
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
My kingdom for a dry shirt.
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later. Maybe you do. Come on. Hurry it up with the whiskey.
Perhaps you haven't heard, whelp. Every time I've had the pleasure of making is dangerous, yes, and quite mad. The deer has circled. It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I tire of dealing with you, leader, I am love naturally. I've developed miserable you. The towns, yes, I dare say that our conduit did, but that's a matter, so it seems. But even the cleverest magician.
I saved you the finest paw.
Bit about bleeding, son. Did you see that?
Yes, right away, my good man.
You're just that answer, are you?
My legs! I am powerless to act. I cannot endure this fiery agony! Lucky find! Ah, there we are. The house's defenses should be off now.
The family should be able to get through here without a hitch. We ought to tell them the coast is clear.
This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather.
There's nothing to find in this bleeding dump.
I am at your disposal, Saucer. I am at your disposal, Sorsun. Oh, that dear fellow. He had a great many friends and acquaintances, from local witches to mighty but he had been somewhat despondent these past few years, ever since return from an extended visit to Lekut.
Treasure, treasure on the water.
It doesn't seem to work here. 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 It doesn't seem to work here.
Our friend, how can we help you? Oh, yes, let's! Have you cleared a path to Xandalore? Great gods above! That's... Psst. Before we go, I might be able to offer you a little tip. When I was cleaning the wizard's guest rooms, I'd often hear him whisper Ikara to a locked chest in his chamber. I can't say for certain what's in there.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Aren't you a dear? What is it you like?